That solo is just too hot. Too hot for? Well, it's not the solo for that song. Welcome to another episode of Rhythm Revolution! Yeah, new t-shirt time, yeah! These are available now, so I'm going to leave a link somewhere up here so that you guys can go and check them out and get your own Rhythm Revolution T-Shirt, which, check out! Looks so cool, doesn't it? Yeah, I designed it myself. Ciao! So, I'm doing some lead today, but there's a very, very specific reason why I'm doing the lead today. So, last episode I did the Van Halen style rhythm, which you guys loved. And I loved doing that one. It was it's just such a bouncy track. It's awesome. Love it. There's lots of goodness in there. And like I said, I love playing that live. Now, when I did the solo, I took a lot of cues from a very famous solo that Eddie Van Halen did called Eruption. So there are some licks in there which, well, you'll recognize them. Go and listen to Eruption. If you've never heard Eruption before, which is pretty unlikely, unless you're new to Eddie Van Halen, and if you are, then go listen to it right now and then come back and do this. You'll know some of these licks anyway just by kind of ear and when you hear the phrasing and things like that. And you know what, Eddie's lead playing is very rhythmic, which is why I wanted to do an episode of Rhythm Revolution but with this lead. It's special because the rhythm is so cool, and I always loved the fact that when Eddie did the first few albums, there was no rhythm behind the lead guitar parts. It was just, you know, just rhythm guitar, then lead guitar with the bass and drums in the background. Fantastic. Made it trickier for me to record this solo when I actually did it. But it was so awesome to do, and I wanted to do it, and I had these ideas kind of floating around in my head, and I did the key changes and stuff, which I'll explain. So I am going to show you how to play this lead guitar part, the most incredible Van Halen solo that Eddie never played. Yeah! And I'm going to do it on my lovely Chapman ML1 guitar, Harman guitar, my customized guitar, which is loaded with a Tone Rider octave pickup in the bridge. It sounds wonderful. And another special thing today is I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Yeah! I'm going to be giving away some of these awesome gravity picks, which I've been using for a few years, and I reached out to the guys and said, hey guys, I want to do a giveaway, and they have sent me some picks to give away to you guys. So I am going to be giving away 4 of these awesome picks, which are just so lovely to use, and they're just great. I've been literally using them for, I don't know, 3 years. And they sound fantastic, they feel fantastic. So all you have to do is leave a comment in the comments box below and let me know what you liked about this video, and you are automatically entered into the giveaway for the gravity picks. Yeah! And in about, I don't know, 10 days, 2 weeks or whatever, whenever I decide, I'm gonna randomly pick a number, and whoever left that comment is gonna get 4 of these awesome gravity picks, just various gravity picks. So leave a comment and share it with your friends and stuff. Let's get lots of people involved and get them playing gravity picks because they are awesome. Yeah! I know you want to learn this. I want to teach it. Let's get going. Rhythm Revolution. Yeah! Pick up your t-shirt. Pick up your t-shirt. Let's do it. Yeah! Yeah! You know you love you some Van Halen. So when I did this solo for this track, I played it on this guitar, and it just was the right guitar to play. It sounds lovely. It just played beautifully. And I had the idea of kind of just doing a very Van Halen-esque thing. So I drew on a number of factors. The licks themselves, which are very much inspired by Eruption and various other Van Halen tracks, Hot for Teacher and things like that. The other thing that I did were key changes. So I actually started off in the key of E when I started off the solo. And I'm playing half step down as well. So that's an E flat. But then I actually, when I went to the next section, I actually went into D. And then when I went into the final section, I actually went into the key of B. Now you don't hear the chords in the background because I didn't play any chords in the background. It literally was just the lead guitar parts that I did, very kind of Van Halen-esque in terms of the first Van Halen album. Again, another thing that I picked specifically to kind of get that vibe of Van Halen. So what did I do? Well, I started off with this double stop on the 5th fret of the B string and the 7th fret of the G string. Now what I'm going to do is hit both strings and bend up the 7th fret of the G string only. The 5th fret of the B string is going to stay where it is. So we get that double stop sound. So I did that and put some vibrato on it. Now when you're doing a double stop, the aim is to get the note on the G string to sound as close to the note on the B string as possible. So you're actually bending up the note to the same pitch as on the B string. So that's what I'm trying to do, but with the vibrato it goes in and out, and we want that effect because it sounds cool. Alrighty, after that I did some fan picking, tremolo picking, whatever you want to call it, fast picking. And all I'm doing is I'm just picking the string very, very quickly and then changing the notes on the string. So I played this. So there, I started off on the 5th fret, then went to 7, 8, then I went to the 10, 12, 15, did a bend on the 15. And I'm basically doing the quick picking across all of them. Now I use these little picks. I'm using one of these Gravity Sunrise picks, 2mm, with a beveled edge, and I find that these really help me to pick quickly when I'm doing it. And there's various ways you can do it. You've probably seen kind of Eddie basically having his hand in the air like that and just fan picking like that. Some people basically rest their fingers on the guitar body and pick very quickly. You can do that. George Lynch, he actually he kind of does this thing where he kind of wraps his wrist underneath the strings and actually approaches it from underneath. Many different ways. One of the main keys to actually being able to pick a string quickly and accurately is just having stability somewhere. So when I'm doing it, I'm actually resting here. My palm is actually planted here so that I can basically continue to pick there. If I'm up in the air, then if the guitar moves, the pick basically stops working. So it's a good idea to have that resting place when you're doing the fast picking. So again, I did the 5th fret, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, and then a bend on the 15, and vibrato on the bend. So that's our first move. We're going to do the double stop and then that. Alrighty, after that I did this. So I'm doing a bend on the 15th fret of the B string, which is up to our root note, which is the E flat. Then I'm going to go to the 12th fret of the E string, which is again the same note. And then I'll do 15 and 12 on the B string. So just that. And right after that I did a very Van Halen-esque little trick. So I did this. Yeah, sounds cool, eh? I picked that up from somewhere in the Eruption solo. So what I'm doing is, usually when I'm playing in the key of E minor, E flat minor, whichever, I would usually do the 12th fret, the 14th fret, 15th fret. Wouldn't do the 16th fret. This time what I'm doing is I'm actually doing the 15th fret, hammering on to 16, pulling back off to 15, pulling back off to 12. So rather than doing 14, 15, 14, 12, which is accurate in terms of the scale, I'm actually doing 15, 16, 15, 12. Yeah, and it's very, very cool. Then after that, what I do is I come up to the B string and I pick up the 15, pull off to 12. And then right after that, I'm going to do this. You've got to have a bar dive in there. You just have to on an open string. Alright, so what I did there was I'm starting off on the 14th fret of the G string with my third finger, doing a whole step bend up and down, and then I'm doing a trill between the 12 and the 14. So first of all, I'll do the bend. Then I'm going to pick at the 12, hammer onto 14, pull back off to 12. And then I'm going to end by coming back to the 14. So those 3 moves. And then I'm going to repeat that. But this time, right after that, I'm going to pull off to the open G string, grab my whammy bar, and then I'm just going to dive down. Nice, steady dive down. So when I add that in, we get that, which is just coolness. Alrighty, so when I add that all together, played slowly, it sounds like this. And that's the first part of the solo in the key of E flat minor. Alright, now I move to D. So I'm actually shifting it down to D minor. So that key. So what I did here was I basically took inspiration from Eruption again. So I did this. Now, it's one of the beginning licks in Eruption. So I'm starting off with a full step bend on the 14th fret, sorry, the 13th fret of the B string. I'm putting some vibrato on that note. So I'm bending up to the root note, which is the D. Or the D flat, because I'm tuned down half a step. Then I go into this pattern. So for this one, I'm starting off on the 10th fret of the B string, hammering onto the 13th fret of the B, pulling back off to 10, pulling back off to the 0. So that's my first move. And then I'm going to play the 13th fret of the G string. And that's our flat 5th. In the scale, that's our flat 5th. So Eddie uses the flat 5th as well as George Lynch. Yeah, as do many others. Anyways, this is how it's used in the context of this lick. So I just do it as a repeating pattern. And I think I do it 4 times. You can watch a video and have a look. So I do that first, and when I play quickly, you get that sound. Alright, after that I do this. So what I'm doing there is I'm just picking the 13, 12, 10, and then the 9 on the G string here. I'm doing it quite staccato. Bat, 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 bat. So right after that legato phrase, it has a lot of impact. Bam, 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 bam. Important dynamic element which I included in there. I wanted to do that because it needed to be in there. It really does have an effect. If I just do the notes as usual, it just kind of blends into one. And this just separates it out really nicely. You know, it's very, very, very assertive and definitive. Alright, after this I do this. So what I'm doing there is I pick up the 9 first on the G string, then the 10, then I go into another legato phrase. So for this phrase, I'm going to pick up the 10, hammer onto 12, pull back off to 10, pull off to 9 first of all, and then I'm going to go to the 12 on the D string. So there's 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing it all as legato. I'm just picking once on the G string and once on the D string. I do that 4 times over. Right after that, I do this. So again, I'm using that staccato phrasing. Important again, just to get that Van Halen vibe. I'm using chromatics here. Eddie does that a lot in his playing as well, which is why I used it. And when I played the actual solo, I tried to put pinch harmonics on each of the notes. So very, very simple phrase. On the D string, I'm playing 12, 11, 10. And then on the A string, I'm playing the 12, 11, 10. And then I go down to the 8th fret of the A. And that's it. And that's the second part of the solo, which is in the key of D. So when I tag that together slowly, you've got that, which is the second part of the solo. Cool! Alrighty, and that brings us to the final section of the solo, which I did in the key of B. Now this section I wanted to do some tapping because, again, a really important aspect of Eddie's playing is tapping. And it's a simple pattern inspired by the ending of Eruption. And I started off like this. So what I'm doing there is a simple tapping lick. I'm hammering on, well, I'm tapping actually at the 12th fret of the B string. Then I'm pulling off to the 7th fret, hammering on to 10. And I do this twice. Then I continue to tap at the 12, but I'm moving my fret hand down 1 fret. So this time I'll be pulling off to the 6th and hammering on to 9. Again, going to play it twice. Then I'm going to move that whole shape down 1 fret again. So still tapping at 12, and this time pulling off to 5, hammering on to 8. And then one last one, I'm going to move it down 1 fret again. So this time tapping at 12, pulling off to 4, hammering on to 7. So when I add that together, and then I repeat that. So I just do that 2 times. Right after that, what I do is I go up to the 9th fret of the G string, and I'm going to do a full step bend and hold it there. Then I'm going to do some tapping a little further up the neck. So I'm going to do all of the tapping on the G string, but with the 9th fret held in that bend. So I actually basically put my thumb over the top of the neck and hold my hand in position so that it just stays there. So first I'm going to tap at the 14, pull off to 9. Then I'm going to move down to the 12th fret of the G string, tap there, pull off to 9. Back to the 14. Up to the 16. Back to the 14. Now these notes might sound slightly out of tune, but that's because I have the note bent and the distances are changing a little bit. That's part of the charm of this lick, so it's absolutely fine. Once I've done that, last one, I'm going to bring the bend down on the 9th fret. I'm just going to bring it down. So when I add it together, we get that. Then what I'm going to do is a full step bend up and down on the 9th fret of the G string. And then I'm going to do a quick trill. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull off from the 9th fret to the 7th fret of the G string, then hammer back onto the 9th fret, pull off to the 7th. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to pick at the 9th fret again. This time I'm going to do a bend up, but with a pinch harmonic. Then I'm going to grab the bar. Didn't manage pinchy there, but I'm basically doing the horsey effect, which is essentially doing vibrato with the bar, but then actually dipping the bar at the same time. So one more time with that. So as I'm going down, I'm basically kind of stepping it down like that. I'm basically doing vibrato but pressing down on the bar so that the note dips, but the vibrato is carrying on as well. Alrighty, once I've done that, I'm going to go up to the 17th fret of the high E string, do a full step bend, bring it back to the 17th, then do one final bend on the 17th, full step. That's the whole of that last section. So when I add it together, we get this. And there you go, there's the whole of that solo. The most incredible Van Halen solo Eddie never played. Yeah! Now you can play it because, hey, I've just taught you, right? So enjoy learning that, guys. I keep saying it, I love playing this one. It's very rhythmic, it's very, very cool. It's got all those Van Halen isms in there. So I would love to hear your thoughts. What did you think of it? Which licks did you like? Leave a comment in the comments box below, and remember, when you do that, you get entered into a giveaway for some of these awesome gravity picks, and I'll be announcing the winner of these in about 10 days or 2 weeks time or something like that. So leave a comment and let me know. Alright guys, have a fantastic week. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel and click that bell notification as well, so you know when new videos are going to be coming out. Also, please do give the video a thumbs up, it helps out a great deal. Please share it on your social media with all your friends as well. And if you'd like to support the channel, then you can do so via Patreon or getting yourself a RhythmR3volution T-Shirt, an awesome RhythmR3volution T-Shirt. You know you want one, so just click that button, go buy one. Yeah! Alright guys, have a fantastic week. Here is the playthrough one more time because I know you want to see it. Yeah! Have a fantastic week. I'll see you later. Bye!